Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Well, the World Cup was on last night. Australia playing India in their opener. They've had a few warm-up matches along the journey. We were playing South Africa and we were also playing India in some of the warm-ups. And in those games, Australia were able to score around late 200s to mid 300s in terms of runs.
Yes.
Last night they were bowled out for 199. Poor effort. Mitch Marsh hit an absolute stinker and I'm a massive fan. But he was out for a duck. And then he dropped Virat Kohli. He dropped Virat Kohli in the first over, and Virat went on to make 85 runs. So it wasn't the night he would want to.
Wasn't his finest hour.
He's a champion, and he'll bounce back. So Australia will continue to play on in this tournament. I think they'll go pretty well. But they've it wasn't the start they were after last night. Moving on to. There's a lot of looks going on here.
I know. I was just wondering when it's going to be interesting.
Okay. Not for you, Nathan.
No. The cricket stuff is just like that was a lot of numbers. That was like math.
Okay. The Dockers were smashed yesterday at home.
In the AFLW.
In the AFLW.
Yeah.
They were beaten by about 8 goals in the end.
Yeah, it was
7,
a
8
stinker.
goals. And that's really poor by them. It's a home game against North Melbourne. They should be able to score number one, which they've struggled with all season. And number two, to be beaten that clearly at home and that convincingly was really poor. West Coast were beaten on the weekend as well, but I always thought Fremantle got ahead of the game earlier than West Coast did.
Yeah, well, they were in the competition earlier,
being in
so
the competition,
that helped,
building their team, but they certainly have taken a step backwards with every AFL club having teams in the competition. They lost a fair few players, but they need to make sure that they build, or rebuild, should I say.
On women's sport, have you watched the latest episode of Welcome to Wrexham?
No.
They focus on
I was saving it for when we travel.
Oh, they're focusing on the women's side for Wrexham, who aren't being paid because they're below that thing, and they're trying to get promoted up. But it was so interesting because they showed the history of football in the UK, and when the war was on, of course, women stepped up and were playing. The women's
a league
side,
of their own, essentially.
The women's sport became so popular; it was more popular than the men's sport. So the governing body banned women from playing it until the 1970s. They banned it
due to too much interest.
Because of too much interest, because it was taking the shine off the men's sport. And then they came back and then they had to reset. But they were the biggest sport of the time.
What a great idea. What a bloody ripper. I mean...
You were born in the wrong era, weren't you?
Sean's like, I'm okay with this happening.
Am I led to believe? No, Nathan.
You're like, I support women's sport. I'm just going to keep my eye on it.
That's really good. I can't wait to see that. I've been saving. There's 3 episodes out and that I haven't seen, and I'm waiting to watch them on the plane because we're off to Sydney, everybody, this weekend. Anyway, the other thing, Sydney Swans. They're on the hunt already, by the way. Joel Hamlin, they've picked up from the Fremantle Dockers. He's elected to go and play for them for the next couple of years. Brodie Grundy, the ruckman from former Collingwood, former Melbourne now, he'll be heading that way. And Taylor Adams, Collingwood's co-captain.
That's amazing.
He said, I want out of here. I want to go to Sydney Swans and play for them as well.
I've won a premiership. I'm out. It's extraordinary that the co-captain would leave.
Yeah.
Like the week after they won a premiership.
Yeah, he was injured and he missed out on that grand final appearance just a couple of weeks ago, Nath. He was injured last finals campaign 2 seasons ago, but I think it must have to do with money. I mean, fair income.
What does Sydney want a guy that always gets injured for?
He's been injured in the finals campaign because that would play like.
So that just means games. Around finals, just make sure that he doesn't play as hard.
Wrap him in bubble wrap.
But it all gets underway today, the trade period. We'll see what happens with Liam Henry from the Fremantle Dockers as well, and if the Eagles can pick up a few West Australians that are on the market.
Or if they maintain that, if they keep their number 1 draft pick or trade it away.
Everybody's talking about it at the moment. I mean, if you're going to get the right deal, of course, anyone.
Sean.
Okay.
The fax machine has just been flooding with messages of people saying, is there anything to win during Shaun Sport?
Well, Nathan well said, $300 voucher to Sporting Globe. Sporting Globe just opened at Forum, just down the road from where we are. Head to sportingglobe.com.au for more info. And someone's going to get this if they call us now on 13 24 10. Harry has just gone, this is awesome.
It's his
He's
home
around
ground.
the hood. Caller number 7 will get that right now.
Even if it's
Sporting
a woman?
Globe. Even if it's Natalie.
Yeah, that's fine. She can win it, but Sean's just going to keep his eye on her.
Hey, the most watched TV show was Australia playing England. in the semi-finals of the World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Highest
No,
in a
we
couple
know.
of-
You don't have to
I
tell
mean,
us,
they didn't
mate.
make any money out of it because there's no ads during that game, so there's no money coming in. But at least people were watching it.
Hey, Shaun, what did you think about the all-female recasting of the Ghostbusters?
Terrible. What about Ocean's 8? Come on.
I liked that.
Give me a stretch.
Did you see it?
I watched it on the plane when I went to
What, the
Maldives.
Ocean's 8 with Sandra Bullock?
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
Good?
Did I like it?
Good.
Yeah, I thought
You
it was
think
really
everything's good.
Or it's Sandy
Well,
B.
that's not true.
It's Sandy B.
He definitely doesn't think everything's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
cricket. Always a great day to catch up with the big Pav, Matthew Pavlich, to talk about the weekend sport in particular. And Pav going to fire straight into the World Cup cricket last
You're
night.
going to say hello first?
Hello, Pav.
Hello, Pav.
Hi guys, how are you all?
Yeah,
We're
Shaun
great.
wants to get down to business.
I was
obviously.
right in the
No,
business.
I like it.
Yeah.
No foreplay with Shawnee. I know you're just straight down to the.
Don't have the time for it,
straight down
Pav.
to the. Exactly.
And no kissing.
Why bother, Sean?
Shaun doesn't like kissing.
Hey, it'll be over
It's
for
too
both
personal.
of us in a very short time, so just go with it, I say.
Well, yeah, you're right. World Cup cricket last night.
Oh.
Unfortunately for the Aussies,
Stinker.
they started well with the ball. I mean, they obviously got rolled for 199 runs, so they didn't perform with the bat. Looked like a pretty low and tricky wicket, particularly with the Indian spinners. But yeah, they got off to a flyer. Mitch Starc and Josh Hazlewood striking early, and then that crucial catch that went in between Mitch Marsh and Alex Carey. There was a bit of indecision about who was going for it, but I mean, 199 is just not enough against India. Kohli went on with it, but of course you can catch it all on Channel 9 across the next month or so. Shawnee, we'll be keeping a close eye on that. Fingers crossed we can actually perform a bit better over the next couple of matches.
I agree.
Pav, can I just
I
say,
agree,
so
Pav.
when you said it's on for the next month or so, Nathan had just taken a sip of tea, and he was so disappointed to hear that cricket was going to be on for the next month that his tea fell out of his mouth.
It was like in the movie we do a spit take.
You know, every now and then, Nathan, you just have to diversify and do things a little bit differently. But why wouldn't you just watch a bit of cricket for a little while?
I've tried. And
you played it.
Come on, Christina Matthews, she has rolled up the red carpet
Yes.
for me at the WACA.
I think that's the
yes.
problem. She's given you like the
cream of the crop.
VIP thing where you didn't have to watch the cricket.
You're
That's
right.
the
I need to
problem.
be. I need to be sat down in a chair and have someone hold my head forward.
It's like you've flown business class. There's no way you're going back to economy
Yeah.
again.
You're right.
yeah,
Like
You're
going
right,
to
mate. Pav, remember economy? When's the last time you did that?
Last week,
Did
actually.
you? I didn't think that
yeah,
Matthew
we-
Pavlich would travel economy anymore.
Well, let's hear the reason why, Pav.
Well, the main reason why is we went up to Exmouth for a holiday with the kids. Firstly, the main reason is all the airlines are pillaging you at the moment.
Yeah, they are.
The economy is probably the only affordable way to fly, particularly when you got five.
Yeah.
five
But on those little
mouths
planes,
to
it's not
feed.
worth it anyway. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah. Well, no. So we went out to Exmouth with the family for the school holidays. So that was a lot of fun, and what a great place Exmouth is for fishing and surfing and
Yeah.
snorkeling, and the whales were cruising by. We'd had an awesome week up there with the kids. But yeah, no, because I think I worked on the Thursday, so Lauren and the kids actually drove to Geraldton and chopped up the trip that way, and then I flew into Gero early on the Friday, and then we headed up. Was that just before the grand final? I think. from memory.
So you drove those legs and drove on the way back then, Mav?
All the way through on Friday. We did the full day on because we had Tracy Vo's wedding on Saturday, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun at the state buildings. But yeah, we had to sort of make a 6 a.m. start on Friday morning, just gone, and stopped in Carnarvon for a quick bacon and egg roll, coffee
At
break.
the BP? Was it at the BP? Or
At the BP?
Yeah.
That's the one. No, the BP on the
corner.
the main drag there on the corner, and then what did we do? A quick stretch of our legs down at the foreshore at Geraldton. And then just I was like, no, we're not stopping for long. Come on, straight back into the car and made the beeline home. So for the people that know, it's about a 13-hour car drive.
Yeah, it is.
Including-
And the kids love that kind
including
of
the
stuff.
stop. Well, I mean, back in the day, no iPad. It was
no.
tough going as a little
We did a lot of travel, between Esperance and Perth. No iPad, no air conditioning. Imagine what that was like.
And no seatbelts. Remember, they just put a mattress in the back and
Yeah,
you'd
go
just
to
be
sleep.
rolling around. Your parents wouldn't even checking you. They wouldn't even know if you're still in there.
No, we were pretty fortunate. The guys at Care looked after us. They got us the big carnival, so we had the big people mover. Beautiful So we borrowed that for the week or so. So we had surfboards and boogie boards, and the kids thought it was luxury given how much space they had.
Isn't it amazing what the way kids see things? When I was younger, I used to walk past this car yard on the way to school, and there was a Tarago. And it was maroon, and it had gold horses.
Oh,
on
I
the
know
side
the one,
of it.
exactly the one
and
you mean.
I went home every day and said, "Can we please have that van? We'd look so good."
It looks so good.
In a people mover.
Brian had a white
I'll
van.
tell you,
The Kias are like that, Nate. Oh, sorry, Mav, aren't they?
The new Carnivals are absolute rip snorters. Yeah, they a lot of room. All the mod cons, electric windows, and sunroof shorty, just like the Subaru, the Leone that I used to have.
Yeah, but you can't go past the BT50
Mate,
from
mate,
Melbourne.
can I just talk to you about the CX-8? It's amazing.
And CX-5 as well.
Where did you get it from,
They've
mate?
all got
Melbourne
electric
Mazda.
windows, Pav. That's not a luxury. That's
No,
just
I was just pointing out that.
Everyone's just getting some ads in. Hey, we'll move on to the AFL now. The trade period starts today, Pav. Taylor Adams from Collingwood put his hand up yesterday and said, "I'm going to go to Sydney."
Yeah.
And so did everyone else.
Is that weird?
So, yeah, Joel Hamlin has been, obviously the Docker has gone to Sydney. That was one of the, he was an unrestricted free agent. I think the Dockers offered him a contract. He got a better one effectively from Sydney and thought that he'd take that up. But yeah, Taylor Adams is probably Taylor Adams is the big one. Missed out in the grand final. Bit of controversy about the hammy. Was he ready? Was he not? He didn't look ready, but he's just got offered a better contract. Again, Sydney, pulling out the checkbook and going hard to maintain, or hopefully, if you're a Sydney fan, what they do a really good job is sort of bottoming out and having to rebuild for these mature age guys. So yeah, lots to do. So unfortunately, it's a 10 or 12 day trade period. I think it ends next Wednesday. So you hear lots of innuendo, lots of rumour, like we did last week with Clayton Oliver and others. But there's no doubt there'll be some movement over the next few days.
All right, Pav, good to catch up with you, mate. And we'll look forward to seeing you on 9 News tonight, no doubt. And we'll be watching the cricket, won't we, Nate?
Oh, yes, yum.
All of it.
Here you guys. Bye-bye.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.